Next on our program tonight is Dean Draznin. Dean's a JFAN board member, and he's the president and CEO of Dean Draznin Communications, which many of you know is a successful PR firm based here in Fairfield. Among his many clients are Alan Dershowitz and J.D. Vance, who wrote the New York Times bestseller Hillbilly Elegy, which I can tell you as a confirmed hillbilly was a very good book. So please welcome Dean, who reminds us of why now more than ever we need to support JFAN.
Here's a hypothetical. Let's say you were free falling from the sky into the state of Iowa. You'd have a parachute, okay? Where would be the best place to land? The answer, Jefferson County. The reason, JFAN. Can we be honest? How many of you here tonight are totally freaked out about CAFOs? Good. No, I mean bad. I'm here to tell you that there's no need to freak out, because there's no better place in Iowa to be than Jefferson County. JFAN has your back. And yes, it's true, as Diane mentioned, that Jefferson County gets CAFOs every year, more CAFOs every year. We've had some high-profile ones this summer. But the truth is that we're doing far better than our neighbors in Washington and Keokuk counties, which have 10 times the number of hogs than we do. And with the help of JFAN, we're successfully discouraging the wholesale creep of infringing CAFOs. And tonight's annual meeting is dedicated to positive trends. We're going to hear stories and real experiences of alternatives that work and that can lead us in a different direction and a much better future. And I think that you're going to come away feeling much more hopeful. But we're not there yet. And we must never become complacent. With JFAN's help, the battle to prioritize people's rights over corporate rights and to fight infringing CAFOs and protect our quality of life is a cause that grows stronger every year, every day. And now I'm going to put on my glasses and really see what I'm reading. This is known as denial. On a personal note, I've got to share this. On a personal note, this year I had my own CAFO encounter. Unbeknownst to my wife and me and 115 households in the area, Mike Keller was setting up a 1,249 head CAFO only a mile and a half south of our place, south of town. And this is the closest CAFO to the town of Fairfield yet. And Mr. Keller was flying under the radar, and he was not informing any of his neighbors about what he was going to do. And by the way, we should mention that informing your neighbors before you build a CAFO isn't only a common courtesy, it's a policy that's actually documented and recommended in the Iowa Pork Producers Association's best management practices. Even the industry knows that you got to tell your neighbors. But we didn't have a clue that he was planning to break ground and had already cut a long-term deal with Tri-Oak Foods, a large CAFO corporation located near Muscatine. And this is a smaller size CAFO so that the DNR doesn't even track it. And we wouldn't have known until the smell hit us literally in the face. But JFAN picked up the trail early and alerted us about the threat before Mr. Keller actually broke ground. And we immediately pulled in JFAN's help and expertise, and then initiated action steps, including several meetings with Keller and Tri-Oak, And JFAN has been with us at every step of the way, providing valuable informational support and guidance. So we're never dealing with the situation alone, and we're dealing with the situation in a smart way. Just like JFAN did for the community group near Huber CAFO that asked for their help. JFAN came through for them as well. Now, oh, it's already up. Look at the chart behind me. You see that Keokuk and Washington counties combined have 1.3 million hogs. These are old statistics, by the way. These are old numbers. The numbers are higher than this. The current number for Jefferson County is 165,000 hogs, so we have less than 1/10 of the hogs in our neighbor's area. When you look on the right, 2 million hogs for all 6 surrounding counties. We're doing pretty good. And make no mistake, this is because we have JFAN in our corner. Nobody else does. But besides these numbers, you want to know how I know that JFAN is making a difference? You may not believe this, but Tri-Oak refused to take a meeting with us if JFAN's executive director, Diane Rosenberg, was going to be there. Because they know that JFAN can cut through their talking points and expose the myths. And this proves that this organization is doing its job, effectively speaking truth to power. Can everyone say, JFAN right on? JFAN right on! Split it down the middle. JFAN and right on. JFAN right on! JFAN right on! JFAN right on! All right. My wife is thoroughly embarrassed. All right. Here's another sign of JFAN's influence. The day before the Keller meeting, this was kind of amazing to me. The day before the Keller meeting, I received an anonymous phone call from one of Keller's neighbors. He's a local farmer. I never learned what his name was, but he too was opposed to the CAFO that was coming in, but he didn't dare go public for fear of being ostracized. He did say, though, that he understood, and he was not surprised that Tri-Oak didn't want Diane to be present because JFAN really knows its stuff. Really good news. So ladies and gentlemen, let us be clear. JFAN isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Our community's lifeline to the future. We can't afford to be passive unless we don't mind the state of Iowa becoming an environmental disaster just like North Carolina. The truth is, beating the CAFO behemoth is not going to be fast, it's not going to be easy. Stemming the growth of CAFOs is trench warfare. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're in it for the long haul. But then again, no important social change has ever taken place overnight. And thankfully, JFO is leading the way in Jefferson County. It's a good time to applaud. Here's the bottom line, the real bottom line. Financial support for JFAN needs to become a regular part of your family and business annual budget. Scrimping on JFAN is in truth scrimping on ourselves, on our own lifeline, right now, and our investment in the future. And the time to act is now, tonight. My friends, I close with an urgent message, an urgent request. Please give generously to support JFAN's work this year. Our community has never been this informed or this engaged, and we owe it to Diane Rosenberg and her dedicated team, JFAN's board of directors, our legal counsel, David Sykes, and numerous volunteers to support the important work they're doing on behalf of us all. Now please, take out your checkbooks. Come on. Please take out your checkbooks and write a generous check and hand it to one of the volunteers standing patiently in the aisles. JFAN is spelled J-F-A-N. And remember, your donations are tax deductible because we're a 501c3. We'll be taking the next 5 minutes to collect checks. It's time to prioritize people over industry, to protect people's rights over corporate rights. With JFAN's help, we must make it happen. Speak with your checkbook as though your life depends on it, because it does. Thank you.